So here I have this huge bag, a bunch of stuff that I ordered off of SHOPMISSA. Everything from this website is $1, which is so crazy. So I said I have to check this out. I have to see if it's good. I have to let you guys know what's going on with this $1 makeup line. So everything is in here. I'm going to show you all the makeup that I bought. Is it good? Does it suck? We need to know. So let's get started. They do have this primer on their website. This is called the Aqua Hydrating Face Primer. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit of this to the tops of my cheeks. Ooh, it feels super refreshing. Like, it feels so cold. It actually feels very liquidy and very thin. You know, like most primers are going to feel very thick and very smooth, kind of like a thick layer to fill your pores. This one doesn't really feel like that. It's very thin, very liquidy, almost like a water, like a gel base. I am applying this with my fingers just so I can see the texture and feel how it is. This primer has a really slight scent. It's very comfortable actually. My face actually really does feel so much more hydrated. It actually feels pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. This is the Wonder Brow. It's basically a tinted brow pomade. I got the shade dark brown. It's a little bit cracked on the edge, if you can see. I don't know if it's cracked because it's dry or dried out. So I'm just using a Sephora double-ended eyebrow brush. Just dipping my brush right into the edges, and I'm going to start filling in my brows. With the pomade, this is what it looks like with my natural brow. So it definitely does give me a really defined shape. It gives me really dark, very defined brows. Of course, I still haven't cleaned them up. I usually do that every single time I do my makeup. I will clean up my eyebrows with a concealer. So I still haven't done that. Taking into consideration that I haven't cleaned up my brows, this product looks super clean. This product is actually extremely easy to use, especially with an angled eyebrow brush like this. So for just $1, you cannot go wrong with this eyebrow pomade. I'm actually pretty impressed with their eyebrow pomade. So I'm using the Wonder Concealer in shade Light Yellow. I am going to be using this to prime my eyes. Honestly, I didn't see an eyeshadow primer on their website. And anyways, I usually use a concealer to prime my eyes for eyeshadows anyways. So that really wasn't a problem. So I applied the concealer to my eyes. I'm just taking a MAC, what is this? A MAC 195 concealer brush just to blend it out. This concealer is so thick. Wow, it like really is. You have to really work with this concealer really quickly because I'm seeing that it dries extremely so quickly. I'm gonna put a little bit down here just to brighten up all of my eye area. But yeah, you guys, this concealer is drying so fast. Like it's basically dry. I'm just really putting a lot of pressure to smooth it out. But it's so dry. I would definitely right off the bat recommend that you do one eye at a time, because by now my other eye is definitely going to be really dried out. It's just so thick and tacky. It doesn't glide. It's not like any concealer I've ever tried before. It's super thick. It's very dry. Wherever you apply it is basically where it's going to stay. It doesn't blend out very easily. Also, now that I look at it really close up, it just doesn't look smooth. It looks pretty bad. It feels super sticky, super heavy, very dry. Wherever you apply it is where it's going to stay. It doesn't blend out that good. So for eyeshadows, they have a whole bunch of different eyeshadow palettes on their website. They have so many different color combos. They have some really cute ones. which I was trying to pick up, but they were out of stock. This is an extremely cool tone palette. So this is what I found, and let me open it up for you guys. I don't know if it has a glare. Sorry if it did have a glare, but this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can tell through the camera, but my eyes have definitely creased. So I know that when I apply this concealer to my under eyes, I'm also going to crease. So far, I do not like the concealer, but we have to move on. So I'm first taking this shade right here in the corner. These don't have shade names, so I'm just popping this right into my crease. So that eyeshadow actually applied really nice. It's very smooth. It doesn't feel chalky at all. It doesn't even look chalky. So the concealer is actually doing a really good job at priming my eyes for my shadows. It just didn't do a good job at anything else. So I went ahead and caught up with the other eye. I first applied this light gray right here, then this dark gray, and then to this side I did finish it up a little bit and I added the black just to extend it out. And to top it all off, I used this middle shade right here. So I'm just going to do this side on camera so you guys can see. I'm using a really small blending brush and I'm taking it into the black eyeshadow. I'm going to start deepening up my crease and then just slowly extending outwards. You guys, I really have to say that these eyeshadows they're not the best. They're definitely not the best, but they're not the worst either. Like, they're really not bad. The quality is there. The blendability is there. They're easy to use and the pigmentation is there. I'm just taking this black and I'm going to start going outwards just a little bit to extend this, and then I'm going to connect it to the bottom. So I'm applying some black eyeshadow down here at the very edge of my lashes and I'm slightly winging it upwards. So I'm taking the center shade right here. I was expecting it to be extremely metallic and it kind of let me down because it's not metallic at all. It does look metallic once you pick it up on your finger, but once you apply it, it does give you the pigmentation, the color is there, but the finish it's not the best. It's not too metallic, but it does give you really good color payoff. So I feel like that's as good as it's going to get with the eyeshadows. I actually don't think it looks bad. What do you guys think? That these might be a little bit over $1, but still it's an amazing deal. Super good for the price. I think that these eyeshadows actually really perform good. I'm actually really impressed with these eyeshadows considering the price range. $1 to $2 for 9 eyeshadows. What? So moving on to foundation, this is the one that I got up off of their website. So this is called their Buildable Satin Foundation. It reminds me so much of the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, which is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. Also, I just applied to my cheeks like my NYX foundation and I take a sponge and start to buff it out. The sponge that I'm going to be using is the Wonder Blender. Of course, this is $1 as well. I got it off of the SHOPMISSA website. This is the size comparison to Morphe, and then here is the size comparison to Real Techniques. Again, they're all dirty because I use them every day and I need to throw them in the sink and wash them, but this is a size comparison, so it's pretty similar to all the sponges that are out there. I've told you guys before that I'm not a fan of the Morphe one because it's so firm. So many people love the firmness of the Morphe, but this one's not like that. It's so much softer. This one actually feels like an actual beauty blender. You know, they're so bouncy, so soft. So this is what it looks like once it expanded. It definitely grew in size. Like I said, this was a comparison to the Real Techniques sponge, so it definitely doubled or tripled in size. So I'm going to be using this just to buff out that foundation. Like I said, I am using the Buildable Satin Foundation. I feel like I keep telling you the prices of everything, and I've already told you that everything's $1, but it's just amazing and unbelievable to me how everything's $1. It just doesn't make sense. So I feel like with this foundation you are going to need a lot because I feel like I applied a lot to my skin and it didn't really cover much area. This sponge is so nice, you guys. I really like it. I wish I would have bought like 5 of these. They're only $1 each. I'm actually applying a little bit of foundation to the sponge itself so that I could go down my neck. This sponge is so soft and so comfortable. Right off the bat, I recommend this sponge. It's so good, and especially for the price, it's just amazing. If you do go on their website, I feel like you should just pick up like 5 of these because it's so good. I love it. So this is what the foundation looks like with one layer on. Let me see, what do I think? You can definitely see, like, it really did accentuate my dry areas. I don't know if that's the foundation or the primer that didn't do its job, but it's creasing into my under eyes. It's very slippery. I don't like the finish of it. It's not matte. It's very slippery and it feels like it's wet. It feels like one of those foundations that's gonna take a long time to dry up. It is creasing into my under eyes, and usually foundation doesn't crease into my under eyes. I'm just not liking that it's creasing into my under eyes so easily. I mean, I just put it on like 30 seconds ago and it's already creasing, so that tells you a lot about it. It doesn't feel comfortable, so So far, I'm not liking the foundation. So right on top of that, I'm going back to the concealer that I used earlier, and I'm going to be applying this one to my under eye. I've already buffed it here, and you can really still see where I applied it. So you see, you guys, like I'm bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, and the shape of where I applied it stays. That's what I mean when I say that it's hard to blend out. It just dries up so quickly. It's way too tacky. I don't like the texture. I don't like that it dries down way too quick. I don't like that it's hard to blend out, and I don't like that it creases. So I tried to do my best at blending the concealer and the foundation together. Now I'm just going to be setting it. This is the SHOPMISSA Studio Perfect setting powder. I'm going to use the beauty sponge to take some and try to set under my eyes, see what happens. So the face powder did a really good job at mattifying my skin. The only thing that I didn't like about it is that it accentuates my dry patches. If you have oily skin, I feel like it would be a really good powder for you. It just doesn't work for me because I have dry skin, but if you have the opposite of me, I feel like it's going to be a really good one for you. So I already also did eyeliner on this side. I just did a very simple wing. So this here is the Wonder Liquid Eyeliner. It looks exactly like the Wet n Wild eyeliner. I'm loving this eyeliner so far. I'm going to apply it to my other side so you can see. That's what the eyeliner looks like. It's super dark. It's so thin. It's so easy to use. I really love this eyeliner. It's up there with one of my favorite eyeliners. And for the price range, it's just $1. You cannot beat that. I feel like this eyeliner, it's 10 out of 10. I love it. So just to finish up with the eyes, I did pick up a couple pairs of lashes. These are in the style Tori, and this one here is in the style Vanessa. These are their premier lashes. As you can see, they're very full, they're very dark, and very voluminous. They also carry this type of lash. This lash here reminds me so much of the Ardell Demi Wispies because they're the exact same length, they're the same style, they're just exactly the same. I feel like these are really good dupes for the Demi Wispies by Ardell. I'm going to be using these right here, which is in the style Tori, and they also have this really inexpensive strip lash adhesive that you just swipe on. So I'm really loving these lashes so far actually because I didn't have to trim them. They're not super big. You know how a lot of lashes just are way too big for most of the average people's eyes? These are really a nice size. I didn't have to trim them at all. I'm brushing on this glue. I feel like the glue is actually also really good. I love that this glue is black. It blends right into your eyeliner. This is another 10 out of 10 product that I'm really absolutely loving right off the bat. So I applied my lashes. The lash glue is bomb. The lashes are really good as well. I feel like you can definitely get multiple uses out of these lashes because they don't feel cheap and thin. They feel very sturdy and good quality. So I found this blush deal on the website. It has the bronzing shade on one side and a nice peachy pink shade on the other side. So I'm going to use this to contour my skin. I'm just going to start by applying this into the hollows of my cheeks just to give myself some bronzing action here that I really need and some contour to my skin because my face doesn't have any shape right now. This bronzer has a really red undertone, so might not work for everybody. So this bronzer definitely gave me a lot of shape. This side compared to this side, like here I have no shape going on my skin. Here I definitely have accentuated the cheekbone area. The only thing is that this bronzer is extremely red toned, so I'm not going to be going in with the pink blush because I feel like it's already pink. This already looks like a blush in person, so I'm just going to be using this one on its own. So something that I've been super excited about is this product right here. This is the Galactic Pow Light. So this is their highlighters. It's super cute, so small. I have really high hopes for this because highlighter is one of my favorite parts of doing my whole face. I just love adding highlighter. And this one is a very pinky, very frosty shade. So I have really high hopes. Hopefully it does a really good job. So I'm just going to dispense a little bit into the cap. Whoa, that's kind of a lot. A lot comes out of here. There's only 4 little holes, but a lot comes out. I'm tapping off the excess because I don't want to go too overboard right away. And I'm just going to pop it onto my cheeks. Wow, it's actually really pretty. This is actually a really pretty loose highlighter, you guys. It looks very smooth. It doesn't really accentuate any bumps. A lot of highlighters that I use show all these bumps on my skin and a lot of texture because they're so frosty. But this one just gives you a really nice glow. I'm also taking this highlighter and popping it right into the inner corner of my eyes. I'm debating also if I should put a little bit right into the bottom of my brow. I'm just going to apply it just to see what happens. Ooh, so pretty, you guys. This is really, really nice. This is so nice. This is actually one of my favorite products that I've tried so far, which is the highlighter. It looks so, so beautiful on the brow bone. So pretty. I don't know if it's picking up in camera how frosty it is, but it's so beautiful. It's so, so pretty as an eyeshadow. It's good on the face, but as an eyeshadow, it's so pretty. So the highlighting powder definitely lived up to my expectations. It was only $1. You get a lot of product in here. It's such a pretty color. I got the shade Galactic, and it does have a little bit of a pink undertone, but it's so pretty, you guys. For $1, this is an amazing purchase. At $1 a piece, these liquid lipsticks are so cute. I couldn't just get one. So just to test them out, I needed to pick up more than one. So I got two pinks. One is a little bit more muted, one is very hot pink. This is a darker brown, and then your classic red. So what do you think I should use with this look? That's the red. I feel like red, you can never go wrong with a red lip with a smoky eye. I'm kind of not into the pinks just because this is a very cool tone smoky look. It's almost like a blue smoky look. So I'm not going to do the pinks. I'm in between the red and the brown. Actually, I think I'm going to use the brown today. So let's test the brown. If you go onto their website, you're going to see so many shades of liquid lipsticks. And at $1 a piece, you're gonna be tempted to just throw all of them in your bag. But I really wanted to see how they perform before I go nuts and just buy all of them. So I'll tell you guys if they're worth it or if they're trash. It looks exactly like a ColourPop lipstick, in my opinion. It's so similar to ColourPop packaging. So I'm gonna just apply this to my lips. Okay, you guys, so I just applied the lipstick. I'm extremely disappointed because these liquid lipsticks are not okay. They are so drying. First of all, when I applied it, it didn't go on evenly. It was very sheer. So I had to apply one layer, let it dry, apply another layer, let it dry, and apply another layer until it came out the true color. I don't know if it's just a brown one, but that's my first impression. They're so uncomfortable, so extremely dry. I cannot wait to take this off. You know how when mud dries, it gets like dry and powdery and dusty? Like that's how I feel my lips right now. So I feel like they're just so uncomfortable, you guys. I'm so sad. So that's the completed look, you guys. I did everything on my face with products that only costed $1 each. So I'm going to go through some of the products and let you guys know what really stood out to me. So first of all, the first thing that pops up to me is the lashes. These lashes are so good. They're such good quality. They're so full, so soft. They're just beautiful, beautiful lashes. They don't feel like plastic. They feel such good quality. They are faux mink lashes and they definitely feel very soft. I really recommend them, especially for the price range. $1 per pair, that's insane. So definitely go stock up on lashes. Another thing that I do really love was the lash glue. The lash glue did such an amazing job. It's so cute, very easy to use. Two other things that I really enjoyed were the liquid liner and the beauty sponge. These products right here are definitely going to be things that I'm constantly going to have in my collection. Another product that I loved that I forgot to mention earlier was the brow pomade. This brow pomade is so good, you guys. So some of the miscellaneous items that I picked up were dry shampoo. This is the Detox Dry Shampoo. I also got the makeup removing wipes, which I already showed you, and I also got some hair clips. I feel like you can never have enough hair clips. And I also got 3 hair masks. I do a hair mask on my hair twice a week. I picked up these. There's so many different types of hair masks on there. I swear I found like at least over 100 masks. I do want to talk about some of the things that I do not recommend at all. First things first, the concealer. You guys saw how much I struggled with this concealer. I would say only the concealer and the liquid lipsticks which just didn't work out for me. Everything else I feel like you could get away with. Even the foundation and the powder, they're actually not as bad as I might have made them seem, because now that I'm wearing the makeup, my skin looks really good. I had very high hopes for this and I was so curious. I really had to see what this was all about, and I'm so glad that I did it because I found a lot of good products today that I'm really going to be enjoying, and I'm actually going to keep on repurchasing. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you're going to try out anything from the website, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you